For this Kanban board, we're going to use this example in order to manage our social media. In this case, we have three different types of applications or platforms that we're going to be posting on: Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We're going to be assuming that we're running my business, which is Teach Me It, and we're an online education company. In our business, we often create different types of social media posts in order for our customers as well as our students to understand what new types of courses we're releasing, what types of deals we have, and general updates about our business and certain certification exams, as well as other topics. In our Kanban board here, we have a bunch of different posts. This first post here is to create a post for our new course, which is a time management productivity course. And we have an Instagram post here to post about Black Friday with a buy one, get one course deal. And very similarly, we have Facebook and LinkedIn posts. In this board, we have 5 different columns, and let me explain these to you now. So we have a to-do column, which is sort of like our backlog. You're already very familiar with that if you've watched this course. We also have an in progress column here, and this has a work in progress limit of 5, meaning that we can work on up to 5 of our different cards or tasks or posts at a time. Once a card moves from our backlog, it'll go right into our in progress. From there, we'll take it from our in progress to our in review when the post is actually created. At this point, once someone's worked on it, they've created the videos or the graphics as well as the text for the post, it would go to in review. Once I go ahead and review the post, someone could then schedule it in our software, which is later.com, which allows us to schedule posts out at a later date. So we can put posts in there and then we can schedule them out to be posted at any other time later in the month or later in the year. From there, once I've reviewed the proposed post, so the created video or image, as well as any text that will be in the post, I can then move it to our application or our software known as later.com, where we can schedule out our social media posts. I'm going to show you all this and more later in this video, but for right now, just understand we would move this from in review after it's been reviewed by me to actually being scheduled to be posted automatically at a later date. From there, either myself or someone within our business or company could go ahead and monitor and watch out for that post. And once it's actually posted, they could move it from scheduled to posted or our done column here. So this is a realistic flow of work that I use in my company daily in order to manage our social media posts. It's rather simple, but it's a great example of a Kanban board. And while this looks very simple, I use this daily in order to help manage my social media for my company. From here, I want to make this realistic and actually show you an example of how this workflow would look like, including how we would actually schedule the post. Let me show you on our posting software how this would actually look in real time. So we're here in our social media posting tool. Don't worry too much about this. I'm just showing you a real example of a workflow. Just follow along and just understand we're going to be creating a Facebook post for a buy one, get one Black Friday deal. And we're also going to be moving our Kanban task or card as we start moving through some of these steps. So to show you again, we're going to be creating this here, a post for a Black Friday buy one, get one course deal on, this would be on Instagram. So we would navigate over to Instagram, and because Black Friday is on November 28th. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and click create a post like this. And let's go ahead and schedule it for Friday, November 28th, which is Black Friday. From here, I'm going to go ahead and add a picture for our post. Now that we've got the image here, let's write a caption for this post. So in this case, we'll go ahead and write, "We're celebrating Black Friday by offering you a..." So we've got our Black Friday image here, we've got our text post, and from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and save it as a draft. Let's go back to our Kanban board here, and you can see we have this task is in progress. If we go back, we can see that this post is almost ready to be sent out, but we have one more thing that we need to do. We need to make sure that someone reviews it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move it from in progress to in review so that anyone on my team could go ahead and review it. In this case, normally one of my assistants will actually create the post and then they'll move it to in review for me to review, and I'll take a look at the actual post. So I would go in here, I would look at the image, make sure that the image quality is good or the video quality is good, and I would look at the caption or the text and ensure that everything is good. There's no typos or anything like that. From there, I would go ahead and actually schedule the post. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and move it from in review because I just reviewed it. I reviewed the picture quality as well as the text quality, and everything's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and move it here to this column to actually schedule it. So in this case, manually, now I'm going to move over and I'm going to go ahead and set it to be posted. So now at this point, when I click schedule post, that is going to be a scheduled post. And on the date of Black Friday, November 28th at 7:01 p.m., it's going to actually auto publish this post here. So I click schedule post and you can see here that the post is now scheduled. Your post will be published at its scheduled time. And we know here within our Kanban board as well, if we're looking to very simply track work, that we have a scheduled post for Instagram for Black Friday for a buy one, get one course deal. So you can see the actual process from start to finish of how this would look if we were using a Kanban board for something like a general social media operations or general social media project. Once this post actually gets published, what I would do is I would come back into here, or my assistant could come back in here, and they could move this post for Black Friday buy one get one from scheduled to posted. So remember, this is going to occur on Black Friday, which is November 28th. The post is automatically scheduled. We have that automation software, that posting software. So on November 28th at 7:01 p.m. Central, it's going to go ahead and it's going to automatically post that to Instagram. We would manually have to come back to this Kanban board though and move this from scheduled to actually posted here. Then from there, we would mark it as complete, as we do with all cards or tasks within Trello, and boom, we would be completely done with this specific post. It would already be out there come November 28th, and we would have ran through the entire process for this social media post from the very start in our to-do column all the way through to our posted or done column. And I actually gave you a little bit of a behind the scenes look of how this functions within a real social media setting. So many different types of companies use many different types of tools to be able to post their posts at a later date. It really helps companies track work. And you can see here, it also flows very, very well with our Kanban board style of manually managing our work. Overall, there's many different types of use cases as well as real world examples where you can use a Kanban board in either a business setting or a personal setting in order to track a multitude and wide variety of different work. In this one, we showed you from my perspective how I handle my social media through using a Kanban board as well as using a posting tool that allows us to schedule out our posts.